good evening and welcome to Rugby Air Force Post Club Rules, and tonight it's going to be a big kickoff, big team, and it's a big loss for Sierra FC and also Air Force, who's got nothing to lose, but on the other hand, Sierra who had a very narrow loss last week, and probably they're going to, hopefully they're going to work in as favorites, but it's not easy. And joining me here is Abdul Yusuf.
Hi Clifford, good afternoon. Yes, CRMFC is smarting from the defeat last week against Navy, and so we'll be all out to make amends today as Air Force kickoff and the ball goes to Kevin the Poster, who clears his lines but doesn't find touch. Navy on the counter-attack. It's going to be a very tense game, I feel, this game. It's never easy to come out here to Rugby of any team and play with it.
Never easy. Well, if you're just joining us from home, welcome to the PapAre's PapAre.com's live broadcast of the Dialog Rugby League 2015, the game between the Air Force Post Club versus CRMFC, and well, the PapAre.com is Sri number one sports hub now in our new attire and completely mobile friendly. Yeah, there you go. So if you're on the move, still you gotta watch these games. Actually, this is about Air Force.
Yes, good to say by Air Force. They have built up their bases, but I think it's important that they get out of their curve and that we can see the flying curve clearing their lines and getting some good work and they push the CI into the 22 and CI back from the ground 22 and we'll be looking to go in return clear their line as well.
Well, once again, as we were speaking, that's a good start and they actually pushed the CI right back into their own half. So it's a chance actually for Sri Air Force to capitalize from here. But on the other hand, let's see how Sierra is responding to this pressure.
Yes, a key facet of the game will be the line-out. Sierra have some good line-out jumpers in with the center up. And he goes up as a good number two throw. The ball is well secured, and I'm sure they'll be looking to clear their lines from here.
Well, seems like a decent close, but not enough distance.
Yes, but works very well done there by both players going up. Let's see who comes out with this. It looked as if maybe Air Force players had their hands on the ball, but referee went up there decides that Sierra has moved forward and they have been awarded this time.
Well, it was a good chance there by Bruno Veronica actually, and he came for the elbow. No eyes on the ball, no losing concentration. So certainly, that was a good start.
Yes, I think that chase was crucial because I'm sure they would expected us from the Costa to find touch from their own goal line. But he seemed to have sliced that kick and I think it was a very good chase by Veronica to try and win the ball back for Sierra and they got another opportunity to get out of their half.
Well, clearly in the still, taking off this game. That's the ball back into Air Force F. In connection with the entire number. Kick in first. That was absolute chance. They're still looking for the ball. Pushing forward. Going into own territory. That's probably better. Very good counter-attack and it was the second consecutive occasion that Sierra had misfinding touch from their own half. And Air Force seemed to be very good at the counter-attack. I think Sierra will not want to get too much off the Air Force back there because they can be very dangerous, especially when you're in your own half and want to find touch and setting yourself down because on both occasions they have mixed touch and they put themselves back under pressure. Well, on that occasion they were not really looking for touch, they went in deep into the Air Force half and the trouble was to pick and choose, I guess, if I'm not mistaken. Unfortunately, different.
Yes, the thing is when you keep on kicking to an open fight, the players will have to chasing is much less. And I pick it over and Air Force did a quick tap here. Dangerous moments for Sierra. Looking to pick and go.
But for me, it looks like Sierra's pretty much comfortable. They have to regroup. They have to organize the defense. And that's a very passes, and after two quick fast ball, he managed to pick up in goal, and the Sierra immediately on the back foot here. Well, that's a fantastic start, isn't it? So Sierra was pushing forward, and in the within the first 4 minutes, they scored, so that's a good start for them, and Sierra down by 5 all the way. It's been a good sign for them. So Alan was marking him as a favourite, or they're coming in as favourites for this game, but it's not really easy to get away from this place because Rockland is their home base for Toronto Air Force, and they had a good start. They've been pushing Sierra from the beginning, and they scored. Well, let's hope they continue to extend the lead. In the meantime, also let's talk about how Sierra's going to get over this.
Yes, Sierra throughout the season have been slow starters, Clifford. And I think it shows again here. It's a pretty young side. They take a bit of time to settle down, and I'm sure as the game progresses, you'll find them finding their feet and coming back. The conversion goes stronger. But what Sierra wouldn't want to do is go too much, concede too many points at the start, and that can give Air Force momentum, and then to pull it back will not be easy.
Well, the Papare have turned Toronto's leading sports destination, carrying anyone from schools to clubs, national and international. And there you go, you see the Dialog Rugby. Rugby's held by the Papare Outcome is your one-stop shop for all that is rugby. You should be held by the Papare Outcome for promos, results, videos, and photos. Well, as we speak, restart yesterday. Nice and deep, cleanly taken. Well, seems like they have the second post right there.
Some other clearance, and the number 8 collects the ball. Some good yards gained when they go down for a breakdown. I think it's important that Sierra gets some clarity as they look to spread the ball. They have, and Costa makes a good run, and gets an incisive run. It says there was a man outside, he could have passed it, but decided to go. But Sierra retained the ball, which is the main thing. But they seem to have got some untidy ball. And they still have rifles have been penalized because the ball player went for the ball, but he was not controlling his balance, and he was penalized. Good response by Sierra on that occasion, Clifford.
Well, fantastic. Well, so the Costa using his experience. He had a good outing around the international tournaments, and right now it's a chance for Prince Samuel. Immediately asking for the boost, so opting for the boost. So it is going to be a chance for them to reduce the deficit. So it's pretty much taken our distance, isn't it?
Yes, I don't think he should find it too difficult, but the only concerning factor is just looking at the ground, it looks like Sierra in the first half will be playing against the wind. So it's a pretty open ground. You can far side, you can see the targets, planes landing and taking off. So it'll be interesting to see how Prince Charming adjusts to this environment.
That was an easy one for him. Doesn't make any mistake.
That's a really good response by Sierra, and that was, I think Sierra will look to play the game with a bit of width. They have the 3 quarters to penetrate the Air Force defense line, and it showed on that occasion. It's a very good response by Sierra. I think what we should look to do is try and get into the Air Force half as much as possible, and then try and create some opportunities for them to use their backs.
Once again, good response there by Sierra, but doesn't find touch. A chance for Toronto Air Force to go back. Again, it's kick and toss. Prince takes it forward. Puts it back into Air Force. Well, that's not a good thing to do. That is not a good thing to do. I would say it was a narrow escape, wasn't it?
Yes, it's always a difficult situation when you're running backwards trying to take the kick. It's not knowing where the touchline is. It's pretty much like a field in the game of cricket.
No! What was he thinking? He didn't have much support. No, because he was chasing and he just put the ball back in.
Anyway, it's a good attacking platform for Sierra here. If they can win this line of ball, it'll be interesting to see whether they'll spread it or whether they will go towards the backs, but it is a bit of an untidy line of
not running in proper way.
Yeah, exactly. So we have to try and build up some phases here. They back into the Air Force half. And it's another good pick and go there.
And it seems like a total ball.
The referee has his hands off for offside. So advantage to Sia. Let's see whether they can make use of this.
Oh, that forward surprise
Just
throw.
spreads it right. Some good hands there. Sasha Mahmoud passes the ball on to Winter Porter. I think Skarchina Ramanak, and the ball comes back. Sia go back in, setting up some good phases here. They can get some quick ball. Again, another infringement by our post. But Ramput there has his hands up, and Costa again makes another incisive run. But there's no advantage here, so referee goes back to the penalty. Some good pass play by Sia. They seem to be getting their feet here, little by little. They seem to be imposing themselves on this game. And it'll be an interesting chance to see whether they'll be going for touch or whether they'll be taking the kick.
They're probably not up for the kick. Because still early stages of the game. Oh no, they go for the touch. So it shows their level of confidence.
Yes.
So probably the first break point scored by Sia Air Force. And they've triggered the instincts of Sia. So good response with a 3-pointer, and this time, even though it's pretty much, or rather very much kickable distance, but they're still opting to go for a touch. It's fantastic.
Yes,
It's
it's
good
just about 7 meters outside the Sia try line. So far this season, Sia's rolling ball has been working well. Yes.
Yeah, fantastic. So as we speak, well, you're witnessing all this action on ThePapare.com. Sri Lanka's leading sports broadcaster, or I would say the only sportscaster at the moment. ThePapare.com, as you know, is now Sri Lanka's comprehensive sports epicenter with on-field updates, out-of-the-box reporting, expert content, analytical sport videos, in-depth interviews, and a bunch of captivating segments. Well, for an hour at ThePapare.com now, numbers to over 100 photos per event and is the only medium in country today, so and also visit the forum and discuss your favorite sports and share your strong views on sporting matters on the Papare by writing to editor at papare.com, editor at ThePapare.com. Well, still, as we speak, I think the Costa was,
I think it's good for Fajidin is down. It seems to be a bit of an ankle injury. Let's hope it's not too serious. Yes, he's up. He's getting back. Top little leg by Fajidin. Former college top 40. A critical component of the Sia forward today. And Sia 5 meters out. Let's hope they can get some good clean ball and they will still to go for the rolling line.
playing minor ball. No else is up, no that seems to be the idea of the rolling ball. They're playing everything. It seems like it's not easy with Sri Lanka Air Force. Well, they're giving it actually good defense there.
Yes, there's some good scoring both by the Air Force forwards, but Sia now got to get retained position. And they'll be looking to pick and go as much as possible, try and get inch by inch close to the South Force line. And Counter Costa goes on the blind side.
Not easy, not easy. Pushing it too hard.
Yes, for the shot that the ball is not coming out. So he's awarded a 5 meters stone tire up to Sia FC for going forward. This is some good defense by our force in that more situation now. They did really well to spread it. Sia throughout the season have been executing the rolling ball very well, and I'm sure they were expected to score that first straight forward move, but I think our force countered it extremely well.
Well, if I look at the lineup for Sia, there's a big deal of experience here. We have done this many times in different occasions. Whether in the local league or in the sport, in Swedish or any other international, because they have some big Sri Lankan representation there in Sia FC, so that is quite good. So they have to use all the experience. Well, good there. Fantastically well done.
Yes, I think referee Cocktail has requested the passage of the referee on that occasion. I think there have been quite a few infringements in the referee has explored, and Ron Cocktail has decided to send Air Force player to the bench. So it seems like Air Force out player. There's the player out at the moment. So Saturday regrouping, so again it's another chance, and a couple of chances I would say consider as a missed opportunities, but again the best thing is they have the ball, they have the position. So this is going to be another throw-in, or another sprint. So Sergio looks to for a sprint, Air Force with a one-man down, so let's see whether they can capitalize on the extra man advantage. But Alcoa decides to break on the blind side, goes in, but the one way to retain position. And the first one is forwards to line up. It's a going for a few bits of bring up a few phases. Going to be Costa looking for that ball to dish it out nicely. Sounds like well unstoppable. Unstoppable. That's a really nice big play runners right there. And Sasha movement farming the overlap, coming from the blind side, taking the outpost defense unawares, and stores on for a very, very executed play. Well, good to see Sasha moving having a good game. Probably going to give him some confidence because he's been having a practice season. Because from his school days I know him and naturally he's a good player and he did so well. And in the recent past, he's been having a roller coaster for him, I would say. Yes. So probably will give him some good confidence. Yes, and I think the interesting thing here is the player who is currently in this team playing on the right wing. He came off his wing onto the left lane to form the overlap, and he's still looking for work, which is a very, very good sign to see. And this is a really good response by Sia. 2 tries within the last 10 minutes after going down in the eventually in the 3rd minute. And now they have stretched their lead to 8 points. So it's 3 points now with the conversion to come. Well, again, it's the same players that they kicked the 2 points. So, chance for him to extend this to 10. Well, makes no mistake, so we got the comments to 10-4 in favor of Sierra. It's a good response by Sierra in the form of Sasha Norman and Prince Charlie combining well and adding that extra 2 points. And not many of the kickers realize that extra 2 points are pretty much right rule. So I'm sure Sierra would have realized that because of what happened last week. Absolutely, that's very true. Just shows that these conversions can make all the difference at the end result. And Air Force restarting play there. That's a good kick. It's on fight. Costa, Junior Costa connects and again works it downfield. I think it's important that Air Force still get their chases in place. And one ball there, Brian Cannon and Farrell holding on to the play, and they hold the player. Referee, Air Force need to try and get the player to the ground as soon as possible before the referee calls. Well, you can see how early this, you can see the good line of defense now by Sierra. So Air Force certainly going to get the ball out, but let's see what they're going to make out of this. A bit of curiosity about this strong man. A really good defense now by Sierra. Bumping the player back behind the game line. And Air Force again going on the blind side. For forward. Okay, so that's the forward burst now. And well, they have the organized offensive mode for Air Force. Unfortunately, that probably that's going to be distracted. And again, they give the ball away. So this one in favor of Sierra Nipsey. So Sierra Nipsey, it's not really like doing good at the moment, so definitely they must be having some plans to score field goal points, obviously. But again, 15 minutes into the game, it's 10-5 in favor of Sierra Nipsey. And Sierra Nipsey, they're going to make definitely something out of this. You can see Carmen Costa giving instructions. And now you can see Sam and Prince coming together. Yes, Air Force Blanca Pereira entrenching on that occasion. It needed to stay behind the hindmost foot of the scrum, but a bit illegal, he jumped over, while the ball was yet inside the scrum and was penalized by the 150. Another good opportunity for Sia to get back into the Navy 22 and launch another attack. First save by the Air Force, but again picked up in favor of Sia. So far so good. The Navy and Air Force, they have to take the chances, which they're not doing it so far in the morning. Yes, because the series the ball out to Kumar, the number 8, sets the ball up, they decide to go on the blind side again. Russell goes in for another hit. So look to clear the ball. And another quick penetrated run, but the Air Force defense holds down. Sierra have retained the ball, nice inside pass to Sasha Nutmeg. And they done well there. Really good connection there by Sierra. Who's behind? No hand done as long as they can retain this ball. But the Air Force decides that the ball has gone forward. Again, if you have noticed, Sasha Nutmeg coming from here, looking for Bob. It's always a very difficult thing to defend when it comes from the blind side, because the defense is always keeping the eyes on the open side. And he managed to penetrate the first line of defense, looked for the pass, unfortunately did not go to hand, but I'm going to sign for Air Force here, because the CR line seems to be getting together little by little. But we're trying everything. And I think it organized through the super. So now the momentum is in their favor, so they want to capitalize on that. Free up time. Up to go for an up and under. One like a collects it. He's got Sasha and then happy to get away with that. Bad miscommunication. He's still ball secured. Sierra. It's the kind of situation that's a nightmare for any forward. Having to run back and to try and support it for 3 quarters, especially the back 3, and they have either fumbled the ball or not. And here Air Force again looking to counter-attack. Now the infringement by Seattle. Air Force start. That's a very successful play by fantastic hand by Air Force. What a fabulous strikeout. Very breaking through and fantastic sunset. The bat is an upwind somewhere, but the defense is so good right there. Had no chance of slipping in, but again, was quick bit of hands there, and the separate play went out there. Yes, it was interesting that the person who made the break, I believe it was Juan Pereira. Once he made the pass, he drew the man, he did not go back. He resupported the player again, and when the defense came across, he was in a position to collect the ball again and go under the post. So some really skillful work by Air Force there, and right back in it. The opportunity to take the lead with 21 minutes gone. Well, seems like a definite 7-pointer. So, Juan Pereira putting that across, makes for a strike. 12-10 in favor of Select Air Force. Yes, Air Force going into lead here, 12 points to 10. As Palmer told me and pro forward, Sachin David joins me. That is a fantastic play, Sachin. Yes, excellent back play by Air Force. Too sure exactly who scored the try. I believe it was fullback Juan Pereira, who went over. Excellent work by he made the initial break and then was back there in support for the offload and scored under the post, which gave Air Force a 2-point lead. As 22 minutes into the first half, according to the game clock. As Shandy Costa kicks off in second half. And Air Force again have made another break. So you need to be a bit careful, especially with regard to the kicks when that occasion is the kickoff. And even before that, certain in the first 20 minutes, they don't seem to be interested in going for that. They intend to put taking the ball deep, keeping the offers in their own half. But the danger when you do that is if you don't have your chase as organized, you're always vulnerable to a counter-attack, which the offers have been doing quite well. As you see here, from the line of ball, spreading the ball out, Prince Germany and making the break. Ball would offload again by Prince Germany. Right in front, long execution by ball. And the first now look to get out of my own half. After 16, intent on running it all through the game, so even my own half. But not just taking away position, unless they absolutely have to. Just as I said that, but a long booming kick as Prince Chamara puts the roll back into the goal, behind the goal line. This is down for ThePapare. It's a 22-ThePapare. Yes, it seems to have gone to the deadline. So Sierra have not have a scrum back from where the ball was kicked. And that's the thing, it's Alphas need to be a bit careful when they turn the lines because they're playing with a very strong wing in this first. And there's always a danger that if they don't really kick properly, the ball will just trickle over the deadline. As it happened on that occasion. Also to make sure you get the timing right on the kicking. There's the right intent for those actors of space back far for the Air Force tickles the target and not for the dead. Unfortunately, the ball just rolled and goes over the dead ball line. And now Sierra FC have an attacking opportunity just inside the Air Force half. Sierra FC scrum is being quite steady in the front pick out there. The Air Force scrum half is called offside again. The second time has been playing offside. Yes, the player a bit too early there. The ball had not yet left a scrum, and he decided that he tried to go for an interception, but the referee decided that the ball was yet up and under its feet. So good chance for Sia to find touch and consolidate themselves in this Air Force half. It's first now Air Force have put pressure around at the back of the scrum and then that's going to make a move because of pink pass and pink making him pink pass about his passes. And that slight hesitation will slow down play completely for Zornitsky. It's the dual front field, but it's not even executed there. Just running in the top, unfortunately. And I've been talking about certain referee seems to have deemed that the pass had gone forward. So, let's start through, not too short. Either way, to sprint to Air Force. I think it was a correct pass. I think it was not straight play, but it was come would have been on the 15-meter line. So, chance for Air Force here to clear their lines. They still have been down a bit, I think, so you can not quite capitalized on that. Yes, I've been a little slight criticism of I don't think I've been using it back to get to consider was a bit of strong backline in the likes of French and Laminates as well, but really cut open as well for looking. But they seem to have been intent on hitting it up the middle using the forward. Yes, we come back to that as Michael Pereira from the base clears their lines and Prince Charming collects and kicks it right. There's a bit of space there, but Air Force number 11 has done well. They retain position and as they look to pass the ball, it's the first to pass there. And it's forward advantage is Rugby. Not coming out of the rep, so Air Force will get the ball. Good defense now by Sia. They're hitting Air Force players behind the game line. Seal decided that don't seem to have the chances aligned properly, and it's giving Air Force the opportunity to counter it. And they seem very, very dangerous when they do so. Coming a bit back to what you mentioned regarding the Seal three-quarter lines, they have been trying to use them through first phase as much as possible. They seem to be intent on playing the game with a bit of whip, because they have some exciting backs with a bit of speed. But unfortunately, just that last pass always seems to elude the man, and it just gives Air Force an opportunity to turn ball over and clear their lines.
Yes, and it's something that's been haunting Sarah over the last couple of weeks, that final pass, they won a couple of tries at race course against Candies, as they did against Navy at NSA last week. And it's something the coaching staff need to open at the moment, because at this level you can't afford to miss easy 2-on-1 opportunities. You have to convert. That last pass makes all the difference when it comes down to winning the game.
Yes, it's just cutting out those mistakes, isn't it? And the team which commits less mistakes more often than not will emerge victorious in a game of rugby.
Yes, and going back to what you said on the chances, I think they're making the Air Force back three look a lot better than they actually should be. They're really stepping their way through and looking extremely classic. With the a lot of clean breaks. I think it's as a result of Sia's lackadaisical season. First now position inside 7 is half. The forwards lining up around the number 10 as they take it up the middle. Huge hit back.
Yes, it looks as if there was no arms in that tackle. The referee from the seems to have spotted that.
He's going straight to the ThePapare. Fortunately, the first pass seems to be injured. That's number 5 for Air Force, I think.
The tackle was committed by the Seals look forward. I believe it was Pandita and Dhamana. There was no hands in that tackle. It's always a very, very dangerous thing to do.
I don't think there was too much intent in it, he was actually covering the next man, and unfortunately, the Malta just ran straight into it.
Yes, that was a very, very good angle for what came in. I think it came upon the Seal defense much unexpected, but nonetheless, what Juan Cote has given the penalty as well as sent Pandita and Dhamana to 10 minutes in the same bench. So Seal will be down, I believe, for most of this half, the remainder of this half, to 14 men, and they need to be careful. A chance for Air Force to extend their lead.
The Australians have really taken a long time to get into this game, just like they did in the last couple of weeks as well. And I'm not too sure why that is. Maybe there's something with their warm-up, or I just can't figure out why they have such a lackadaisical start all the time.
It is quite a young team yet. They do have a few experienced players, but sometimes when they are a bit of young players, it takes a bit of time to settle down. But let's see how this penalty goes. No, the kick has been dragged past the right upright. So the opportunity left for Air Force. It's just coming back to a point section. I thought after conceding that first try, Seal came back extremely well to accumulate 10 points. But Air Force have also played on their home ground. They know these conditions well. They're also playing with quite a strong wind in this first half, so I think that also needs to be kept in mind. So let's see how Seal respond to this. They're down one man, and it looks like it'll be like that for the remainder of the half. So let's see how they play this first restarts the game. Air Force hooker collects the ball.
Air Force have been extremely intent on running the ball all through this game, as they've shown this occasion. A little chip through, lots of space in the back, Prince China has it covered. Gets stuck on side, there's one to stay on his feet, waiting to support, but is brilliant in the touch. Excellent defense by Air Force, and that's the chasing that we're looking for from Slavic when we're in.
That's right. That was a very intelligent chip kick, or rather a rubber kick, which is put to the corner. Prince Chamberlain was caught right along the touchline, and Air Force had enough players there to bundle him in the touch. So now it's a good attacking platform for Air Force. Let's see what option they will use now. So one man down, they are Dialog forward down. One is option probably in their lineup. So let's see what option Air Force takes.
Let's say another Air Force player on the ground. It's quite a humid day here, and it's probably draining all the fluids out of the bodies, and the players seem probably very tired. Closing in on 30 minutes of play now, and getting more fluid into the system, recharged.
Yes, it's not an extremely hot Sachin, but it's extremely humid, and that can be extremely stripping. All the fluids can leave the body extremely fast. You can see that work areas of all times, whenever there's an opportunity, bring the fluids, ensuring the players remain hydrated as Air Force throwing to the line out. That's really
Go for the diving line out, as they do. Flying it, so ready for it. Air Force have now got it set, and they're moving forward. Right going forward here for the middle blue. And the flag leaders away from the goal line.
So the ball to stop the rolling line as Air Force take the option of spreading it right. And they go into contact, create another phase, and they spread the ball out. And some good defense there by Coach and Rosenberg.
Release that Frenchman, caught up back on the feet and on the ball. They got the release, the back to work with it.
Yes, and with the run book very clearly indicating that the work is formed. Throughout the season, the referees seem to have been very strict in the breakdown area, and quite right so, because the breakdown area often decides the tempo of the game, and the more infringements there are at the breakdown, the slower the pace of the game tends to happen.
Yes, and I think the more the referees start penalizing the players around the breakdown, the more disciplined players begin to become. They learn to play within the rules and let the game flow. And I think the refereeing standard has improved drastically over the last year or two. And that's not a huge difference in the standard of rugby, I think.
That's right, Sachin. Air Force were a bit undecided on what they want to do, but finally they have taken the correct choice and going for the pause. Always crucial to accumulate the points whenever you have the opportunity.
Yes, it is, especially in such a close-fought game as it is here today. Personally, I thought CRFC had the edge going into it, but Air Force have really performed well, and they have put CR under the pump. CRFC not playing up to the mark they should be. They played extremely well in patches all through the season. They had Canada right against it, right towards the end 2 weeks ago. Right before the Packers first came in to let that one go. Sam with Mary, very close for them, eventually never coming away with it. So a few crucial things here which they have needed to work on, and expected them to work out the Kings by this week. Unfortunately, it seems like they haven't. Let's see what the second half has to carry. We've still got 6.5 minutes left in the first half, as Sean DeCosta will get us on the way again. Again, first time tackle not made by CRFC off the kickoff. Of course, again, a huge block on the back. Off the boot now, so Prince Chandler has a chance to return. Trying to make it by Anthony Raymond as the ball slid into his hand. Great opportunity, puts it back up. Very available, not flagged by Air Force one the left. Anthony Raymond at the right of the spot where to collect the bouncing ball.
Yes, the referee says that is, I believe it was for a late tackle. But,
Not too sure about that call. I believe that he was already in the motion when Johnson made the kick.
it was one of those 50-50 calls, which is not in CL's favor. So Costa will look to find that chance and probably bit out of Sharpness reach for the meeting marking, and I hope to see a deciding to just put the ball into the corner.
I'm very impressed with Costa's leadership. He's taken over as the senior most player in the team with no injured. And he's got to control his team. He's got to lead them from the front. And he's been doing it pretty well. You see him chatting all the way through the game. The decision making has been spot on. He's just in the center to takes it at the top. Brings it down, covered the Costa. Have to. Big number, carrying it forward. Costa digging to the ball. This is a friendly Costa. Horrible pass there by Rehan Silva. I believe it is playing number 10 today.
I believe it's a preventative skills. They're just raising us on the Costa and then because I'm killing Silva by knocking the ball down. But just coming back to the leadership situation at CIC, no, unfortunately it is suffered shoulder injury in the last game against Navy. So probably out for a couple of weeks at least, and the reins I believe has been taken by last year's keeper Costa.
Yes, I think it's a good thing as well, it gives the likes of Francis Vannacker and Panganaka and the players to step up and take a bit of leadership, as well as the guys in the top, the likes of Russell Vannacker really need to step up, as well the future of the club, and they really need to start taking a more leadership role. It's a good thing for sure, we see. It's not a good thing to have players out injured, but it is, you have to look at the positives of it. And it could do wonders for the young players in this club.
Yeah, absolutely, yes, as you say, was committing a mistake in their own half, turning the ball over, and a great attacking opportunity for Sia. Let's see whether their backs can come up with something. Whenever they can run back, it's very dangerous. So let's say Sachin Mahmood has been extremely dynamic in this game. He's been coming off his wing to create options for his flying half, causing confusion in the Air Force backline.
Yes, and I think Simon driving in the backline has also been a great input for Slavia. He's been creating an overlap. Rehan Silva goes in zone. Running a play run by his younger by Air Force. He needs to get the ground. Also, coming to the Costa, digging to the ball. Just losing the ball forward. Fullback in place for Slavia FC. Francis Vannacker comes into the pit. Great sender by Francis Vannacker. He's a very strong player up below.
This is kind of play you'd like to have in your back three to support the comeback. But some real good work at the right down there by Air Force. So slightly lucky to come up with that ball, but nonetheless, just coming back to situation 2, unfortunately, is first by Sia, first by Air Force and then by Sia. So there's a little mistakes that can put your side under pressure. But nonetheless, Sia have managed to retain position and another good attacking platform for them.
Yes, I think unfortunately both teams haven't capitalized on the numerous mistakes that they made. And the defeat into the scrum view. Good attacking positions. They've got a bit of a blind side to work with. They decide to go open side. This is Rehan Silva. Short pass to Banana Carey. He takes it up. So they go on the open side again. And retain position. Covering goes on his own. Facing the center, go again.
Yes, referee quite rightly penalizing. Air Force players off their feet while trying to play the ball in the rock. So, one opportunity for Sia, just on the brink of half time here, so I think that no way to take this kick and narrow the lead going into the second half.
Yes, they have to take 3 points here. So, fortunately under the post and a kick out Prince to cameras. It shouldn't be too hard to knock this one over. Get the 3 points and going to half time with a deficit of just 2.
It's just coming back to that infringement again, Sachin. It's just yet most of the teams in this top season don't seem to have yet comprehended the rules of the breakdown. Their judgment in terms of when they should throw the ball at the breakdown, when they should release, the importance of staying on your feet. It's areas that I think players should start getting the wind of, because the referees have quite rightly been very strict in that area. Prince Charlie must have one wide. Unfortunately, that is one which they need about 3 points to go in with a bit of a moral, should I say. They needed that momentum to go in, unfortunately not getting it on that occasion. As the half-time score 15 points to 10 in favour of Air Force, and we'll be back after the break with the second half in this all-important clash of the Dialog Division Rugby League between CRMFC and Air Force.
Over 40 million EasyCash customers via Dialog, Etisalat and Hutch. Dial #1# to register today. Now use selected commercial bank ATMs to withdraw EasyCash at your convenience.
Now I can withdraw EasyCash from any commercial bank ATM which displays the EasyCash logo. Select cardless transactions. Select your preferred language. Select EasyCash. Type in the amount you need. Enter your EasyCash account number. You will receive a message onto your mobile. Enter your EasyCash PIN and send to complete your transaction.
Now use commercial bank ATMs to withdraw EasyCash at your convenience. Call 7111 for more information. Now use selected commercial bank ATMs to withdraw
Connect to Sri Lanka's largest Wi-Fi
Now
network.
I can
with
withdraw
over
EasyCash from
2,500
any
hotspots
commercial
across the
bank
country.
ATM which displays the EasyCash logo. Select
colleges,
cardless transactions.
hospitals,
Select your
bus
preferred
stands,
language.
train
Select
stations,
EasyCash.
and many
Type
more.
in the amount you need. Enter your EasyCash
Select
account
Dialog
number.
Wi-Fi
You will receive a
and visit
message onto your mobile.
wi-fi.dialog.lk
Enter
to
your
register
EasyCash
and get
PIN
your
and
username and
send
password.
complete your transaction.
Four easy ways to top up
commercial
your
bank
account.
ATMs to withdraw
Go
EasyCash at your convenience. Register today. 7111 for more information. Use selected commercial bank ATMs to withdraw
Connect to Sri Lanka's largest Wi-Fi network.
I can withdraw EasyCash from any commercial bank ATM which displays the
Dialog
EasyCash
Television
logo.
is a
Select
window to
cardless
the world.
transactions.
Brings us the
Select
widest
your
range of
preferred
knowledge,
language.
information
Select
and entertainment
EasyCash.
from across Sri Lanka.
Enter your
Education
EasyCash
for our
PIN.
kids to the latest
Receive a
movies.
message from
Dialog Television, powered by the very latest in digital satellite technology, connects the world with every Sri Lankan. Dialog is the future today.
Filmmaker is versatile, is flexible. You have the power to set tones, symbols, and data quotas to match your style and enjoy the
Dialog Television is a mobile to the world. My plan is the widest range of
absolute power.
information and entertainment from across Sri Lanka.
Visit www.dialog.lk.
The latest movies. Dialog Television, powered by the very latest in digital satellite technology, connects the world with every Sri Lankan. Dialog is the future today.
Now, reserving your train tickets is as easy as reaching Dialog Rugby.
Versatile, is flexible. You have the power
Dialog
to set
Express
tones, symbols, and data quotas to match your style and enjoy the
Dialog Television is a mobile to the world. My plan is the widest range of
absolute power.
and entertainment from across Sri Lanka.
now conveniently at your seat. Anytime.
The latest movies. Dialog Television, powered by the very latest in digital satellite technology.
Now, reserving your train tickets is as easy as reaching Dialog Rugby.
Versatile, is flexible. You have the power
Dialog
to set
Express
tones, symbols, and data quotas to match your style and enjoy the Dialog Television is a mobile to the world.
My plan is the widest range of
Absolute power.
and entertainment from across Sri Lanka.
now conveniently at your seat. Anytime.
The latest movies. Dialog Television, powered by the very latest in digital satellite
Reserving your train tickets is as easy as reaching Dialog Rugby.
And get instantly connected with the Dialog Rail ticket reservation service. A new and hassle-free way to discover the breathtaking sights and sounds of Sri Lanka is now conveniently at your fingertips, anytime, anywhere. Dial 444 to reserve your Rail train ticket today. Dialog, the future today.
Medanatala Sarata Samarata, Maggie Dipple Cream Cheese, Saradaya.
From Nestle.
Dialog Rail ticket reservation service. A new and hassle-free way to discover the breathtaking sights.
This is iPhone 6S. Not much has changed, except it responds to the pressure of your finger.
Dial
So you can peek into stuff.
train ticket today.
And pop stuff open, which changes how you play a song. Read a text. Read an email. Read the news. Wait, can you read the news? Yep, of course. Now you can change apps like this. They have more places like this. A new color looks like this. It's rose gold. It's awesome. And Siri is more helpful than ever.
Hey Siri, show me photos of tortellini.
This is iPhone 6S. Maybe you can take out. The camera shoots 4K video now, which steers how your movies look. Nice, self-image. And now your screen is the flash, which that's going to get like a million likes. Thanks. Read a text. Actually, photos themselves have changed. They don't move now. You just touch them. So yeah, that's what changed. Just like this. Places like this. Colors look like this. It's rose gold. It's awesome. And Siri is more helpful than ever.
Hey Siri, show me photos of tortellini.
Maybe you can take out. The camera shoots 4K video now, which steers how your movies look. Nice, self-image. And now your screen is the flash, which that's going to get like a million likes. Thanks. Read a text. Actually, photos themselves have changed. They don't move now. You just touch them. So yeah, that's what changed. Just like this. Places like this. Colors like this. It's rose gold. It's awesome. And Siri is more helpful than ever.
Hey Siri, show me photos of tortellini.
Maybe you can take out. The camera shoots 4K video now, which steers how your movies look. Nice, self-image. And now your screen is the flash, which that's going to get like a million likes. Thanks. Read a text. Actually, photos themselves have changed. They don't move now. You just touch them. So yeah, that's what changed. Just like this. Places like this.
Hey Siri, show me photos of tortellini.
Replacement top forward scoring on the wing, that's not something you see too often. Great for the game of rugby, and as a prop, we'll take it. Yes, it is. 2 weeks in a row they've lost narrow rather than 3 weeks ago right before the Christmas break they lost out to Candy with a last minute try, and again the same at Navy at London Place last week against Navy. So this week they're going to want to bring on the points as fast as they can, get out in front, and then hold on to the game. As the Air Force about to get us underway again. Good high kick off that. The thing is, Seattle came into this game as favorites, but the way Air Force is playing, you can't call them underdogs. Actually, like it seems like they're favorites at the moment. Yes, I think Air Force have had a good first half, but I think it's more to do with the fact that Seattle have just not really been up to the test so far in the first half. As our own come breaks, gives it off to Kevin the big time. Ben Simon takes it into contact. He gets the back with the ball. Bang hit there with the ball and he left it forward as Air Force now take it up. Air Force with a good attacking position here. Big turnover there for Sri Lanka Air Force. Holding on to that ball. Not much of support. Seems like the players regroup. Going for that ball, Wayne Timur Fernando, not finding touch. Loose ball. Wayne Bradford picks it up, sets up that work. Nice clearance. Ball goes into no man's land. Clears for... well recovered by Air Force. There was no one there. Putting the ball back into Simon's system. Think Simon putting it up now. Chases need to come for Simon if they haven't had the chase.
This tackle and does so. Saleh digging in for the ball. Air Force managed to return it.
Still Sri Lanka Air Force driving forward. Showing all what they could do. Wow. That was pretty flat. Prince collects it cleanly. Sashan looking for that options on the left flank. Seems like Anuradha is in.
That was Kanchana Ramanak on the left wing there taking it up. Good fend from him, but unfortunately was bundled into touch out wide. CRNFs really need to work on staying in field. They've struggled. The win 3/4 they've got bundled into touch on numerous occasions here, and they've got to make that last pass stick. That's one of the things they need to work on, as well as the win 3/4 staying in play. They need to cut in right on the wing while they're running along the touchline. The corner flag has to be your target, but you have to be able to step in as well.
Sachin, did you notice the change in the momentum? Now the game has picked up a little bit fast. So if it is going to be a speed up game, so that's going to give some advantage for CRNFC. They got the pace, so they can handle pace.
Exactly, they've got the backs to boot. They can handle the pace. They've got the likes of Kanchana Ramanaka, Sashan Mohammed, Prince Chamara, who can run rings around this Air Force backline as Kanchana takes it up now. Good counter-attacking opportunity. Sashan Mohammed brings it up. Look for that, the flashy offload, didn't make it and lost it forward. Unfortunate there for CRNFC.
Well, missed chance there for CRNFC. Well, they had the pace, they had the support. Sashan Mohammed not really reading where his support play was. I would say a bit of bad communication. So again, definitely losing out on 5 points there. So good defensive play there by Sri Lanka Air Force.
Yes, and mediocre communication, as you said before, Clifford, from CRNFC. I think that just goes to show the inexperience they have. They've got the talent, but they do not have too much experience in this backline. They've only got Ashanti Costa, who's got a couple of years under his belt. The rest of these players all 2-3 years out of school, very young players, and they've got a lot to learn as Air Force break from the back of the scrum. Still with possession, looking to clear their lines. Against the wind here. Straight up in there. Sashan Mohammed under it. Needs to take it cleanly. Does so.
Good take there by Sashan Mohammed. Tikosa sets it up and seems like
this is
Jason Noor.
That's Jason Dissanayake.
Jason Dissanayake, yes.
Prince Chamara, short pass there. Jason. Lads got a work rate on him, Jason Dissanayake. He does work really hard. So Rehan Silva swings it wide. Ashanti Costa with a little flick over. This is Kanchana Ramanaka breaking through. That's 2 tackles beaten. Still going for the corner flag. And he's bundled into touch again. Anticlimax there. Everyone thought he was going over, but just bundled into touch, unfortunately. And another chance gone begging for CRNFC.
Good bit of work there by CRNFC. Capitalizing on that charge. Missed charge by Sri Lanka Air Force. Probably, I think it was, if I'm not mistaken, as Charit Seniviratne was charging for that loose ball. Well, rather charging for that long ball. Completely missing it. So that opened up the gap. So Kanchan Ramanayake capitalizing on that. Trying to make a run out of it. But then again, unfortunately brought down to touch.
Yes, what has to be mentioned though, it was the right option there from the Air Force win 3/4. He had to come up. He was outnumbered 2-1. He had to come up, but the option was to go for the tackle and not the interception. And he was not in position for the interception. He had to go straight into Ashanti Costa. That was what he should have done, but he decided to go for the interception and left acres of space out wide for Kanchana Ramanayake to break through.
Well, www.thepapare.com is available on all major social media platforms. The 24/7 news hub targeting national and international sports news. Well, you can catch ThePapare.com on Facebook.com/ThePapare, Twitter.com/ThePapare Sports, Instagram.com/ThePapare, YouTube.com, The Papare Official, and also SoundCloud.com, The Papare. So there you go. That's where you get to be in touch with Papare and witness all those local and international sporting events. As we speak, Sri Lanka Air Force looking for touch to get out of trouble. Somewhat consolation there. Out of trouble, but then again, not completely out of trouble. Ball in favor of CRNFC. Driving forward. Sachin, let's hope this is not going to be another missed opportunity for CRNFC.
Yes, they're going to have to keep this momentum going forward. Kanchana Ramanayake has had a stunning second half. Clifford, he's come out all guns blazing. As Bangamanakar looks to step his way through. Needed to get the offload there, just unable to do so.
Covering the Costa needs to get his forwards around the ball. Taken up by, not sure who that is. I think it is Tariq Saleh going up.
A little bit messy there. They have to clear it. Referees giving instructions. Seems like offside. Well. This time makes no mistake.
Jason Lisanaga there going over in the corner. He got it, joined the back line out wide, created the extra numbers, and it was 3-on-1. CRFC had to score there. You'd expect an under 13 squad to score at that point, Clifford.
That was a good one. Well, we saw the entire Air Force 3 quarters. They got sucked into that defense and pretty much hooked up in that maul, and that opened up the gap for CRFC. And there you go, like you said, it's just a basic one. It's a no-brainer. You just simply get over it.
Yes, that was Tariq Saleh with the break up the middle, sucking in all the Air Force defenders. And that created the opportunity out wide for CRFC as Prince Charmer sets to line up the kick. Just a quick score update from Diagama. Army Sports Club leading Police 24 points to 17. Both teams having scored 3 tries. Army on the other hand have converted all 3, while Police have managed to convert just the 1.
Kicking with the wind, still unsuccessful. Not a good sign there. Well, as we speak, you can see if you're on the grounds, or rather if you're witnessing this on screen and you get to see these videos and also publish pictures, you can purchase them. The photographs and the videos published on ThePapare.com Facebook page are available for purchase at reasonable rates. So if you really like to purchase them, just simply send an email to editor@ThePapare.com or call 077 333 00 and 88. Well, there you go. If you see your face, if you see anything like that you think it's more important, a moment captured, you can purchase that. We start for Air Force.
This is Arun Kumar getting under, he takes it well. Goes into contact. CRFC forwards all around him. Coming with DeCosta with his brother ready to clear the lines. Ashan DeCosta with a huge boot, this time with the wind. CRFC can look to play a territorial game.
One player makes no mistake there, and this time seems like one player, he has other ideas. Instead of opting to pass, just decided to go through that CR defense, succeeding to a certain extent, but this time Air Force driving forward. A good support play there. Still looking for that opening, trying to work that out, and I think, if I'm not mistaken, it's knock forward. Yes, referee calls back for knock forward, and the ball right now is going to be in favor of CRFC. So chance for CRFC again.
Yes, Clifford, we were talking about it in the first half with Abdullah as well, but the CRFC chasers, they've not been up to the mark here, and they've let the Air Force back 3 run rings around them, and again, no one in that occasion capitalizing on a lackadaisical CRFC chase. Unfortunately not able to convert it, so CRFC with possession back now, but it's something CRFC have really got to work on.
Well, it seems like most of the time when they kick long and they don't chase, it seems like buying some breath. So they want some breathing space, and because of that they just want to get rid of the ball. So that is not that shouldn't be the case. If you kick, you have to chase, and also, well, like you rightly said, their kicking has not been that strategic.
Yes, it is tough conditions. They've, in the first half, they were kicking against very, very strong winds, and if you ask the kicker, would actually say it's a lot harder to kick with a strong wind because it's very, very hard to control it. But it's not an excuse at this level. This is professional rugby. They've got to be able to control the ball no matter what the wind conditions. As we see a substitution for CRFC, this is Dilan Souza coming on for covering the DeCosta. Ashan DeCosta with a little chip into space. Ashan Mohammed
using his height, goes for that ball, grabs it, goes down, cleared from the deck. CR looking for that gap again, trying to break through this defense. Stolen. This time it's stolen. What a turnover. Beautifully done by Air Force.
Air Force looking to run it from inside their own half. They've got the numbers out wide. Little chip forward from the wing 3/4.
and rolls into touch. Good option there by Air Force, getting the territory.
Good bit of work there by Sri Lanka Air Force. Kick and chase, doing it very successfully. That's Pabasara Hevagi.
Lahir Pavitra now to throw into the line out.
Okay, you can see the line out just right in front of us. Beautiful atmosphere here. Fantastic conditions for a game of rugby. This turf is nicely done. Great crowd. And what makes the difference is the ThePapare.
Yes, ThePapare.com, always at every rugby game. And you can log on to www.thepapare.com to get all the action live and the replays as well as the highlights along with the talk shows and the rugby roundups.
Also, you can listen to the ThePapare music on the ground as well. So there you go. So something to enjoy.
Yes, the Air Force band going at it on the far side of the field. Air Force supporters here in numbers.
Okay, Lahiru Pavitra, who's the with the throw-in. CR ball, still within their own territory. Good one, quick one, short one, cleanly corrected.
CR looking to set it up now. Dilan Souza marshalling his forwards.
Well, what Abdullah was highlighting in the first half, this rolling ball is quite popular with CRNFC. They do it so good, and this time, not a clean dispatch. Blocked!
Excellent shot done by Air Force and the return.
Nice right, Sandeep Pereira there, going for that kill, looking for that chance. Charit Seniviratne. Nicely done by Air Force. Just to held back by CRNFC, but not giving up. Driving forward, definitely they'll go for that ball. Trying to dig that ball up. Looking for support. They opt to go for the blind. Is it Hevagi? Oh, that was a close call. That is a close call.
Yes, unfortunate there for Air Force. They had numbers out wide. They needed to convert that to points, but the referee is seeing infringement and he's called play back. Not too sure exactly what it is. He's awarded a line out, so the Air Force players have run. Air Force Windrikot has been bundled into touch. So good defense there by CRNFC. Beg your pardon, it's a scrum, so it's probably a knock forward or a forward pass.
Very unfortunate for Sri Lanka Air Force. They turned the ball around very nicely, built momentum, charged forward, resulting in a forward pass.
Yeah, goes back to a bad miscommunication between halfback and first five, Dilan Souza and Ashanti Costa, all over the place with a horrible pass from Dilan Souza, which eventuated in a turnover as Ashanti Costa steps his way and puts a boot downfield.
Well, this time being very careful, but Sashan Noble's been the lone chaser. No chance for him.
Good defense there by CRNFC. Sahlan Mohammed did well. He didn't overcommit there. He stayed back. He held his line. As Air Force with a pick and drive here. CRNFC player digging for the ball there. Tariq Saleh, that is.
Nice work there by Sri Lanka Air Force. And this time Hevagi has been brought down. And he needs support. Well, support arrives in the form of Pereira and nice dispatch. They got the entire line for them. They have to work it this time. Pradeep Kulkarasuriya looking for that wide pass. That was a long cutout pass. Seems like Akash Alutwala. Nice bit of work. Sri Lanka Air Force breaking back. Fantastic run there. Good deep kick there by CRNFC, but collected, and Sri Lanka Air Force using that pace and the fitness, well, that matters a lot. Well, joining me now is Abdullah. What's your say on this?
Hi Clifford, yes, the last 10 minutes or so, the momentum seems to have changed back to Air Force. Sia seem to be making a few wrong decisions. They seem to play a bit too much width and don't really need to. And Air Force have seemed to make Sia pay for that.
Well, here we go, this time kick and chase. Well, seems like a fool was under pressure. Well, we can see instructions from Charlie sitting right now. Why do you want to go that far? You just have to cut back in. That's the instructions. So you can see the intentions are pretty clear. Sri Lanka Air Force, they want to attack. So they're trailing by 5 points. This is their home ground. They don't want to give up. So definitely they're going to give a fight. So Sia, on the other hand, well, they're leading by 5. It's not a healthy lead, right? It's just only a matter of a point, a matter of a try. So therefore, they have to fight back as well. So nothing is over yet. So still we are hitting just only the 60th minute on the clock. Or rather the 20th minute on the second half. Pavitra, Lahiri Pavitra, nicely taken by CR, preparing that your favorite rolling ball.
Yes, I think Sia will do well to try and slow the pace down a bit, try and take control of the situation, because the faster they play, they're playing into the Air Force hands, and the Air Force back three have been very dangerous in counter-attack, and Sia have been feeding them that opportunity. But again, Air Force back on the counter-attack.
Fantastic there by Sharit Senivaratna, and he sends it out.
Yes, referee's playing advantage. Yes, the ball was not coming out of that breakdown, so the referee deeming that Air Force went forward and avoiding them the scrum.
A good run there by Rumesh Ramadas, who's on the right flank. So both the win three quarters at the moment, the substitute probably Rumesh Ramadas and Hevagi, they're causing trouble for CRNFC.
Yes, it's been the back three. Even fullback Nuwan Pereira has been extremely impressive. He's been very safe under the high ball at every given opportunity. He's not been afraid to take on the CR defense, and for me, he has been the standout player for so far in this game. From the line-up ball, Air Force taking it up. Yes, some really good work there by, I think it's the CR replacement scrum half.
Yeah, there is Dilan Soiza.
Dilan Soiza, yes. Small man, low, going very low in that breakdown and getting his hands on the ball and winning the penalty for his team. It's a crucial penalty and gives CR a bit of breathing space. They can clear their lines and get back into the Air Force half.
Ashanti Costa opting to go for touch, using the wind. Fantastic kick, beautifully done.
Yes, I think Sia have made a substitution. I believe Pramod Mekalanka has come on, and is it Sashan Mohammed? Yes, I think Sashan Mohammed has left the field. So Sia ringing the changes, trying to get some fresh legs, some fresh impetus into this game.
Well, clearly collected this time. CRNFC trying to break through that line. Not really successful, but again the second phase coming up. Trying to break through again. This time, no stopping him.
Yes, that's a crucial try and a very well executed try there. The first it was first taken up by Jason Dissanayake, and a lovely offload to
Tariq Shaleen, but then again he's coming in as a support player there. If you look at that, if you want to recap it, CRNFC from that line out, they had to work through, and they were trying to break through the Sri Lanka Air Force defense, but again unsuccessful. But then again the second or the third phase actually trying to cut through that defense, and well, this time they were successful. So 25-15.
And that's a crucial try because it gives Sia a bit of breathing space, as well as Clifford. It also gives Sia the bonus point. That's their fourth try, which I'm sure they'll be extremely pleased about.
So probably that'll help them to go a couple of spots up the table, if I'm not mistaken. So they're stuck in the mid-table. On the other hand, Air Force is just above CHNFC. So second from the bottom.
Yes, it's going to be an interesting tussle between Navy, Army and CR for that third position. And Army are engaged with police today, and I think Navy are travelling up to Kandy. So
it's going to be a fantastic encounter, Navy Kandy. In recent past, they have built up some rivalry there.
Yes, they have, but Navy have been weakened by a few players who have moved to police, but nonetheless, they're yet a very strong team as they showed last week against CR.
Well, I would say underperforming players. Well, some big names, they're not delivering at the moment. They have to. Well, as we speak, again, it's kick and chase for CRNFC. To get fresh legs, you have Mekalanka promoter. Oh, beautiful up and under, but nobody's chasing. Good collection there by well, still Sri Lanka Air Force driving forward. They have the pace, but this time nicely organized there. Beautiful rock, cleanly taken. Well, that's Ranuka Medagivara refusing to go down.
Yes, referee penalizing the CR players for not rolling away at the breakdown. Air Force trying to strike back immediately, not letting this game go. So CR will have to continuously apply the pressure if they have to stave off this Air Force onslaught for the rest of the game.
So probably if CR wins today and if Navy loses tomorrow, CR might go up. Slender chance, no, not really. They have to get a couple of more bonus points. But on the other hand, but still the good news is, if you look at it, the distance between, well, at the moment Army is leading as well with police.
So yes, and that's right, but then I think things like bonus point, losing bonus point, all those will come into play. So it'll be an interesting week at the end of Sunday evening to see where everyone stands. But the one thing is for sure, I think Kandy in all probability will continue to hit the table, followed by Havelocks.
Yeah, but again, if okay, so they're into the 6 weeks. So Heavies they won, so therefore, like, Heavies will be retaining the same position. Even if Navy wins, there's not going to be much difference on the table, I guess. So pretty much safe for all the teams this week.
Real battle will be for the 3rd, 4th and 5th position, as we see Air Force again spreading the line.
Well, nicely taken there, Nuan Pereira dishing it out. Air Force driving forward, and Sanjeeva Pereira this time looking for Hewagay. Oh, that's bang. Nalin Sirisena. Well, once again, Nalin Sirisena clearing that nicely, and this time to Pradeep Kurukurasurya going down, and seems like he's cleared. Nicely brought down there by CRNFC. For a moment I thought Charit Senivaratna is going to go all the way.
Oh dear, and they've committed the error by just knocking on there in the prime position, Clifford.
That's too bad. That is bad. Well, they had a little bit of support play there, but then again I thought for a moment Gihan Pereira was a spectator. He would have supported nicely, but then again he didn't get involved in that move because he was the closest player.
Yes, Air Force not giving up, continuing to apply the pressure to CR. I think it's critical for CR to continue to look for points, to attack, not sit back and try and defend this lead. It's always a very dangerous tactic.
Right, ball in favor of CR, clearing it, looking for that kick. Didn't have the distance, but still was okay. Good enough to get out of jail.
Yes, decent clearance there by the CR fly half. Air Force had the ball, but they are about 35 meters away from their try line. So
It's 15-25, CRNFC leading at the moment. Well, if you're just joining us from home, you're witnessing the live coverage on ThePapare.com, www.ThePapare.com. And, well, if you're on the move, well, Papare Mobile is also available. There you go, you can watch the games on Papare Mobile. Or if not, you can watch this game on YouTube as well if you subscribe to Papare. So the throw-in. Parakram Ratnayaka. Both hands stretched, nicely taken. Air Force, good collection, driving forward, using the pace and the weight of the forwards. Navin Sirisena clearing it. I was too close, too close. Again, looking for that blind. This time, Gihan Pereira been brought down, rolling over that ball, waiting for clearance. Sirisena dishing it out. Looking for Chamat Fernando. Chamat Fernando clearing it out for Charit Senimaratne. Air Force bounding forward. Sirisena looking for that ball, digging it out. Again opting to go on the blind side. And sends it back in to the open side. Kick and chase. Ball still collected by Hevagi. He's a danger man. And brought down on the right flank. Can they go all the way? Still, Sri Lanka are forced with the ball, driving forward. Cannot stop them. Thilina Bandar had a great run there, but using his height and pace, still unable to finish.
Yes, you're lucky to get away with that. Penalized, the Air Force team penalized for not releasing the ball. So another opportunity for CR to clear their line. I think it's important that they try and retain position for some phases to try and keep this Air Force team at bay, because as soon as they turn ball over, Air Force are looking very, very dangerous. And that's a wonderful click by Costa. He's brought it up really near to the almost near the 50-meter line from a very acute angle. So CR again a chance to breathe comfortably for a bit after a very awkward position.
What makes me to think right now is Air Force, they had a good start, and also on and off they have had some good runs, so the performance has been a little bit patchy and inconsistent. So if they can hold up to that momentum and continue with that, definitely they'll be able to reduce this deficit. So they've got plenty of time left. So 25-15 is a matter of 2 tries. So as you speak, CR driving forward. This time Shane's some of the Pirma. Again, Dylan Soisa clearing it. Soisa. This time for Pandu Kangamana. Breaks free.
Offload.
Beautiful offload. Good support there. Can he go all the way? Doesn't make mistake this time. Nikalanka Pramod. He came in as a second half substitute. And he scores 30-15.
This lovely bit of interpass there by the CR players, breaking the defense, breaking the first line of defense, breaking the second line of defense, and just making those crucial passes to the supporting players. And I think that's pretty much sealed the game for CR, and they can breathe comfortably now.
Well, if they can hold on to it, yes. Unless otherwise they give away more points. So 15-30 in favor of CR. Well, it's very much kickable distance. He can't make any mistake from there. Yes, definitely it's a 7-pointer. So 32-15 is the score in favor of CR and FC. If you're just joining us from home, you're witnessing the second half, the latter stages of second half of the Dialog Rugby League. Sri Lanka Air Force, their home grounds taking on CRNFC. CRNFC leading 32-15, and you're witnessing this live and exclusively on www.ThePapare.com. That was good passage of play for CR, Abdul.
Yes, they were under pressure, but they got themselves out of that situation and managed to build up a few phases and score another try. And now Air Force have to score at least 3 times to get back into this game with only about 7 minutes remaining. Dylan Soiza clears the lines again well. And that's a good chase by Kabinder.
Well. Good hands, quick hands, not collecting it clean. Oh, what a messy bit of play. Well, I would say it was a little bit of poor offloading because the play was pretty much overlapped by then.
Yes, sometimes when players see the try line there for the taking, they do get nervous and they forget that they first catch the ball before they need to go over the line. And that was, I guess, one of those occasions. But Sia now seem to have built playing with a bit more freedom after that try. I think they know that this game is in the bag for them, and they can afford to take a bit more chances. Air Force on the other side probably a bit demoralized. They were in the game for about 65 until about the 65th minute. But Sierra, I think, have done really well in this game to come out of this situation. They're now leading by a comfortable 17 points, and while the win is also important, more importantly, they've also got the all-important bonus point.
There you go. So that's the key to it. Not only winning the game, getting that all-important bonus point. Points does matter. CRNFC trailing in the 4th position at the moment. So pretty much on the mid-table. So they had a good season, I would say an average season last year. So this year they came back strong. But their starting has been a little bit late, very slow. But again, they have the chance now. 32-15, they are leading versus Air Force.
Yes, last year Sierra ended up in 4th place. I'm sure this time they'd like to do one better, at least try and make it into the top 3. They have set themselves well going into the second round for that. So hopefully that this win will give them the necessary confidence to take that next step.
Varela breaking free that time for Air Force, but good tackle there by Air Force. Players are not giving up, and we can see Lahir Priest, the replacement prop, well quickly taken there. Again brought down. Good defense there by Air Force, looking for options on the blind. And seems like this time it's Tariq Salim. It's too close. Good defense.
Yes, referee playing advantage. Yes, and he seems to have gone into the pocket. You can't make those kind of infringements in what they call the red zone. And Air Force will not only be penalized with a penalty, I think there'll be one man short for the rest of the game as well.
Well, the man short. Well, the man down is Habasara Hirage, and also he's receiving a card. In the meantime, he's down. So, whether that card has been dished out or not, he's going to be out for some time anyway.
Maybe trying to get some sympathy from the ref. Hope he stays down and the ref will not pull that card out. But I think referees these days have been very clearly instructed that in the red zone, that is just close to the try line, if any defensive player tries to infringe, they will be shown a yellow card.
32-15 is the score. Well, groundbreaking as always. The ThePapare now brings fun and excitement to the grounds with its innovative application, the ThePapare fan app. So as we speak, I think we have some results from the other side.
Yes, 60 minutes, Army trailing Police by 38 points to 39 in Diagama. It seems to be a high-scoring thriller over there, Clifford.
Well, Police so close, they have to do well. So I got some more out there.
Yes, but yet there's 20 minutes to go, so yet it's anyone's game. We'll keep you posted as we get news on that game.
So you can see Air Force had a good start playing at their home grounds, and again Army is doing so well playing at their home grounds again versus Police. But Abdullah, what I would like to insist here, Police have some big names, but they're pretty much underperforming, or maybe like they are not playing as a unit to get results. but unfortunately, that's going to cost them the season.
Yes, not that I guess it's already cost them, but it just clearly shows that in a team sport like rugby, more than individual players, you've got to bring all those talents in together into one cohesive unit if you want to get the desired results. And unfortunately, police just haven't been able to do that despite having a lot of talent in their team.
But also, I guess the collective effort is not coming in. If you look at the top try scorers, Bilal Hassan's name is there. So, well, obviously he's been scoring tries, but also the others should contribute as well, don't you think so?
Absolutely. It's very critical that all players pull in the same direction, because if not, it's very hard you start relying on one or two players to see you through big games. It's not you may get away with it in a few games, but over a season to expect to get the desired results with the help of one or two players is never going to be easy.
Well, coming back to Ratmalana, CRNFC, this time Arun Kumar breaking through, brought down there by Air Force, but this time again trying their luck. CRNFC pushing forward. Lionel Palitzer lining up for that breakthrough. Again he is falling in there as a support player. Too close, held back again. CRNFC not giving up, rather Sri Lanka Air Force. Chance for CRNFC again. Brought down, held back. They're trying really hard, aren't they?
Yes, they are keeping it tight, trying to penetrate, trying to get this last try just before the final whistle.
Well, chance for CRNFC again. Moving forward. So referee have to call back for a scrum in favour of CRNFC. 32-15. Air Force trailing, defending hard. On the other hand, CR, well, are they going to run away with this game? They've got a few minutes left.
Yes, I think the game is more or less sealed. It's just that to see whether CR can just put the icing on the cake, as it were, with one final try. They're making some good choices in this latter stage. They're keeping it tight, not spreading it wide. There's some good pick and goes, and I'm sure if they can get one more try before the conclusion of this game, it'll add a lot more dominance to this final scoreline.
So as you say, we got the results 45-47. Police winning that game against Army. So that was a close call. Good contest, I guess.
Yes, high scoring thriller.
45-47. Look at that. No, but a busy game for the referee, I guess.
Yes, I'm sure the players will be knackered as well. I'm sure all the spectators who went all the way there would have got their money's worth.
So average 14 tries would have been scored, I guess. Well, CI breaking free this time, looking for that space, not offloading. Would have offloaded. Missed that completely. Kanchan Ramanayaka going for that quick tap. Again held back. Good defending there by Sri Lanka Air Force, not giving any space. But this time it's unstoppable. That's Jason Desanayaka.
I believe it's
well, seems like that's the end of the game. That was close. In fact, that is Pandu Gangamana who scored.
Powerful run there after CR building up phases and eventually the Air Force defense line wilting. I think CR can be extremely pleased with this performance going into the second round. It was not easy. They had some anxious moments at the start, but they kept their composure. And I think Coach Imti Marika will be delighted with this performance going into the second round.
Well, having Imti Marika as the coach, you can see the influence on the three quarters and how best they're delivering. And that was a close one, but it was a good one too. He had the distance as well as the direction. So kicking with the wind. So that's really a good finish. 39-15 is the score.
Yes, Clifford, we spoke about it in the first half, didn't we, at the start, about the advantage of playing with the wind, and Air Force had that advantage in the first half, but CI in the second half, using that wind to their advantage, have managed to run away with this game.
Well, Chamat Pananda putting the ball up in the air. Collected by CRNFC and Dylan Sosa dishing it out. Oh, quick hands, not a clean collection, but still ball secured. Kick and chase this time. And Saras Veranda Sirisena. Good pass there. Beautiful pass. Ramesh Ramdas, good collection, but didn't have the space. It's a bit of a tussle between Dylan Sosa and Ramesh Ramdas.
He's just coming back and looking ahead for the rest of the tournament. I think this performance will give CR quite a bit of confidence. Coming up here to Ratmalana, they would have expected a close contest, but I think CR have done extremely well. They have played well in patches, but more importantly, when it's been absolutely critical, they have done the necessary to come out of this game with honours. CR now employing the rolling maul before giving it out to the threes. And a few decoy runners. Pramod Mikalanka join the line from the blind wing and spreading the ball wide to Kavinda Pereira, who cuts in well, and then he cuts out, creates another phase, and a lovely pick and go there by, I believe it's Jason Disanaika, and Dylan Soiza passing the ball back from phase play. Some lovely hands there, lovely hands, and Ashandi Costa going over the line for a comfortable try. That was a lovely end-to-end try there by CRNFC, and a superb way to cap up a fine performance.
Beautiful. The last few minutes of the second half, I would say that's been the breakthrough for CRNFC. And there you go, that's the final whistle. We had a fantastic day. 44-15, well in fact 46-15 is the final score. Well, good starts the Air Force had, but then again CRNFC, they came back into the game. Second half it went all even, but then again they fought back. So CRNFC cutting loose in the final few minutes, finishing this off with 46-15.
Yes, Clifford, I think coach Imti Marika and his assistants Shamli Nawaz and Mohammad Mushtaq will be extremely pleased with this performance. At the start they were put under a barrage of pressure by Air Force, but they have withstood that pressure, and they've held their composure, and when necessary they have spread the ball wide. They've used their backs. Players like Sashan Mohammed have done extremely well in this game. They've come from all sorts of angles on the three-quarter line, creating gaps, posing a lot of problems to the Air Force defense, and eventually coming out with a very comfortable win.
So thank you very much for joining. Hope you all enjoyed watching us. So this is it from us. Until next time, this is signing off from the commentary box. That is Abdullah, Sachin, David, and I'm Clifford Surendran with the technical crew signing off for ThePapare.com. Catch us with our exclusive coverage next time. Good night and God bless.